It's Fun from Tucson Foodie, and I'm here with Chef Zaya. How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. We're here at Ermanos. Can you tell us what we're making?
Today we are making a vegan Alfredo dish. So we have like shallots, garlic, broccolini, oyster mushrooms are pretty much the saute that starts out the dish. So we can start with the base, which we already made. It's a nice creamy base. Here, you can taste it if you like.
What's in it?
It is pretty much the base is a cashew butter that we order from a local company, Mount Hope Wholesale.
Oh, I love Mount Hope.
Yeah, they're great. And we order the cashew butter. We pretty much blend it down with red stock that we make in house. It's really yummy, huh?
Wow, it's so good.
Yeah.
What's the stock?
Yeah, it's a veg stock, a vegetable
Wow.
stock that we make in house. It's like mushrooms and onions, carrots, celery. And then we add a little bit more shallots, garlic, and the cheesiness of it is a nutritional yeast.
Yeah, put me to work, chef.
Yeah. So here's some oyster mushrooms over here. You can we'll probably chop off the end. And this is about probably like a cup of oyster mushrooms that we're gonna be putting in the dish. And then you can just rough chop it.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how big, it's all a preference. And over here, I am doing some shallots that are already chopped up, just kind of going down. And a little bit of broccolini veg for the extra dish. So right now we're going oil. We'll start out the pan with oil. It's about 2 tablespoons. And once that's getting nice and hot, not to the point of smoking, we're gonna add our shallots, our mushrooms, and our broccolini.
Okay,
just so it can toast up a little bit. Right now I'm just gonna chop the ends off. So we have the fluffy little bushes.
How long have you been at Ermanos for?
I think it's been about 6 years now. Yeah, 5.5 years, something like that.
How did you get into food?
Food. I grew up in New York.
What?
And I grew up in Queens, New York, born and raised, and I started cooking under my grandmother. My grandfather was a chef, and he wasn't around to teach me anything, but my grandmother was really positive in cooking, and my mom's a great cook as well. I did a little bit of cooking in New York, but I got a majority of my experiences when I moved here. It's around like 19, 18.
So we have the shallots in here. We have the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Can they use any oil, like olive oil or?
Yeah, olive oil is nice. It's more of a healthier option. Personally, we use a mix of canola and olive oil.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have, I can get like a higher smoking point.
Yeah.
And then we'll saute that down and go into broccolini.
Cool.
I'm gonna add the garlic. About a tablespoon.
Set it and forget it kind of thing, like throw it in as you go, and
Yeah.
that's cool.
I'm gonna saute that a little bit. So right before I do add the sauce to this, the veg that's cooking down, I'm gonna add our veg stock. And when our veg stock comes in, we can make it a little bit more, it'll cook down and it'll make it a little bit more saucy.
Do you guys have a lot of vegan options here?
We never used to. I mean, before I think we had like a vegan burger, and I think that was it for a while. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I need to add more options. And right now, I'm gonna add our house-made red stock into the pan. It's about 1/4 cup, almost 1/2 cup of veg. We're gonna let that get as hot as it can to kind of absorb the vegetables, and then I'll add the cashew cream sauce that we make. Right now we're doing, we'll do a little bit more than that. Good amount of the cashew sauce. Stir it around.
Wow.
And if anything, I don't know if you do know, nuts have a lot of calories in it. So the most calories in this dish is going to be the nut, the nut base.
I've made that mistake many times, just eating handfuls and handfuls of nuts and like.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, it feels so good. Well, as we have the sauce, you're going to let the sauce kind of come together. And I'll probably add a little bit more salt and pepper to it. And a little bit more nutritional yeast, so it can be creamy.
You can never have too much.
No, you can't. You can't. Now we're gonna add our fettuccine noodles that we make in house, and these
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's eggless noodles, eggless, and That's what makes it vegan, you know?
Yeah, totally.
It's pretty fun. It's fun to make. Yeah, I just love making pasta. Like, it's a good time, and I love teaching the guys how to make it. All right, now that the sauce is nice and thick.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Very creamy.
So in this plate up, pretty simple. And down. Oh yeah.
Yes.
And then I'll do some gremolata on top. And gremolata is a parsley, lemon zest, and garlic mix. Confetti, radish microgreens, which I feel like gives it a nice little bite. Because this dish is a savory dish. I love microgreens.
You want to have this restaurant feel, just use microgreens.
Yeah, this is really yummy. I also forgot a key ingredient, lemon juice that we use.
Yeah.
It's already in there. It's really good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god. It's creamy.
Wow. So good. Thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you for having me.